Virgos, how's it hanging? Welcome to your April 2018 reading. I am the Ivy Phoenix. For those of you that are returning to my channel, welcome back. And for those that have become new subscribers or this is your first time to my channel, I welcome you with open arms. I appreciate every single view, every single like, every single comment, every single share. I truly do appreciate you all supporting me and becoming a part of the Fire Family Collective, okay? All the ways to get in contact with me are outlined down below in the description box, whether to book a reading. I do energy reads on my Facebook and Instagram Live. I'm also on Instant Go. And yeah, so there are other ways just to either get to know me, myself, get to know what I do, get to know how I do it, get to know what I'm interested in, all that good stuff. Similar spread to previous months where I have already shuffled, cleansed the decks, and pulled the cards for the first 3 weeks. I will be doing the 4th week of April and every single clarifying card on camera just to be a part of both worlds because I'm an intuitive reader, so my readings can be very long if I am doing all of the shuffling, all of the dealing on camera. It just gets to be very lengthy, where I would hope that you all would trust me and my gifts. But either way, when I do pull the cards for the first 3 weeks, I don't look at them extensively. Yes, I will be setting them out, but I'm not looking at them to get the message yet. So with that being said, I'm trying to think if there's anything else I want to touch on before we start. I don't think so. So let's get it going. The first card that came out, Messenger of Earth, Messenger of Pentacles. That's the Knight of Pentacles in the regular tarot deck. I am using the Good Tarot, okay? This is the Five of Pentacles. We have the Strength card. We have Nine of Air, and we have the King of Pentacles. So when I was looking and laying these out, I mean, Virgo, for you, I know I'm itching like crazy on the back of my neck. I know for you all, the focus is usually about money. Not necessarily in my readings, but I just mean in life in general. You all are about ensuring your security, your stability, those types of things. So I was not surprised so much to see the earthly elements coming out here, which is making me think that, of course, it's your energy. But this is a general reading, so this definitely could do with someone else because when I saw the King, my gut instinct was that there was going to be love here, a relationship here. So the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is bringing in a message of material wealth, prosperity, again, stability, all those different types of things that for you, Virgo, would be appealing. Be very appealing. But what is next to this Five of Pentacles, which is all about abandonment, I feel, you know, maybe even going in search of more where it's not enough. Yes, you have this message coming in, but it's not in particular like action is being taken. And this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like has taken a very long time to even bring this message to you. Again, it could be vice versa, where maybe this is you taking a long time to bring a message to somebody else. But with this Five of Pentacles energy here, I feel like there's still something missing. So then we have the Strength card that presents itself, right? Which is all about, for me, especially in this deck, about taming the beast. I don't know if this lion is in the middle of a yawn or, you know, maybe silencing the roar, because this beautiful queen-like figure is next to him saying, you know, you don't need to keep doing this. You don't need to keep fighting. You don't need to keep, I feel like attacking more so than fighting, but trying to just calm the beast. Calm the beast. Then we have the Nine of Air here, which for me is all about self-sabotage. Now, Eight of Swords is self-inflicted mental conflict. The Nine of Swords for me is self-sabotage. Where usually in the tarot deck you see somebody in a bed, there's swords behind them, and they're crying into their hands. There's some type of distraught emotion on their face and their body language. But here it is a sense of release, a sense of renewal, a sense of, you know, I could take flight if I wanted to, but I don't, which is why I'm calling it self-sabotage, because I feel like this card is being presented here in the midst of all of this brown, earthly, stable energy. We have this, we have this card of being able to fly, but you're choosing not to. Why, Virgos? Why? And then we just have this King of Pentacles pop up. They could have been the one sending the message to you. You know, this could be you and you're, again, like I said, sending the message to somebody else. But let's get deeper into it. That's not what I was feeling. I really felt like this King of Earth is a part of something. They're a part of something. So what's going on? I'm going to put it up here. Can I get some cards of clarity, please? April, week 1 for Virgos. Did you see that? The World. 10 of Pentacles. Some nice completing energy here. What else is going on? What else is going on, Virgos? I want to say there is some deep-seated love. Deep-seated love. But what's the self-sabotage for? Why is the Nine of Air? And you guys are actually going to be the first ones. I've been, for these readings, just pulling clarifying cards on the week itself, not on anything specific. But I really feel compelled to get additional clarity about this Nine of Swords card, which we get again. The Nine of Swords, clarifying the Nine of Swords, and then we have the Hierophant. Yes, there is some deep-seated love here. All right. Week 2. I had answered it myself. Queen of Pentacles shows itself. We have the Two of Cups. So a connection between you and another person, guaranteed. Then we have Justice. Eight of Fire. Some movement is going to be taking place between you and someone else. What's that? What's going on here? Seven of Pentacles. Queen of Wands. I'm wondering if there is a choice that needs to be made between two people. The Moon. This is interesting because we started off March with a full moon in your sign. Now, although in this particular deck, the moon is a crescent moon, and I mean, it's not even in a standard moon position. It's upside down. Well, it's flipped. It's not flipped. It's on its side, because usually a crescent moon is either coming, is illuminated, you know, this way, which is on my right, or it's illuminated this way on my left. And it is illuminated this way. So it's not in its normal position. The Moon card itself stands for, you know, light being shed on the darkest places. And in this deck, you know, there is somebody who is holding a mask while they are wearing one. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were wearing one themselves, but no, it was just a piece of hair floating. But it's like, you know, are they taking it off of their own face and willing now to look at both the light that they are and the dark that they're holding? Or have they taken off the mask of someone else? Let me get another card of clarity, please, for week 2. Now, when I see, you know, kings and queens of the same element, I usually feel like that is the key relationship because of the fact, and we have the star. Oh my. When I see the king and the queen, it signifies a relationship to me, a healthy one, a stable one, because you're going to be vibrating on the same frequency. You're both bringing the same things to the table. Now, that is not to say, for one, that we are focusing on sexes here, where the female of the situation is the queen, the male, the king. It's not anything like that. And it is also not to say that if there was a king and a queen of different elements, that they would not be able to make it work. The fact that the king and queen is showing up in the foundational elements, and then we have the queen of wands in the clarifying level of this. This is making me feel more that you are a queen that is recognized, or they are a person that is recognized, perhaps in the limelight, some type of celebrity status, maybe just a well-known status, but I'm not feeling that the situation here, you know, the self-sabotaging here, the justice here has anything to do with a third party. I'm not feeling that energy here. I am feeling, though, that there is an element that is not being seen. I mean, the moon being there is one thing, but then we have the star, which is about something that needs to be healed. So either you or somebody else is playing cards, or, you know, keeping things very close to the chest. The next clarifying card that we got was Temperance, which, I mean, all in itself is about balancing, you know, I consider light and dark, you know, water and fire. All of the opposing elements are being handled energetically by Temperance. Earth and air, you name it, Temperance is able to balance it out. But we're looking at all of these, especially because, and then the Seven of Pentacles, being patient. There's something that needs to be healed here. With the Two of Cups here, let me just put it out there because I see it. If we are talking about, you know, divine partnerships, if we're talking about twin flames, soulmates, etc., etc., you all, not you all, but you, either the king or the queen of the situation of Pentacles here, are not able to come together until this healing happens, until justice is able to play its part. But in the midst of all of that, there is going to be movement. I'm not going to call this necessarily communication, but there's going to be movement, and I feel like it is, yeah, I wanted one more card. It's going to be divinely led, but this is Page of Wands. It's just this message, this sense, actually, is more so of what I'm getting. This sense of passion, serenity, peace. It's like a calming element with that card. Week 3, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Like I said, divine timing is behind all of this. We have the 8 of Cups, or the 8 of Water, and then we also have the 7 of Air, which is bringing me back to, where is that card? The Moon card. Bring me back to the Moon card. Masks. Masks. Now, Seven of Swords, lying, thief, the cheating card, doing things in a deceptive manner. I'm not getting that here because if we look at the card itself, all of these animals are being attracted to this woman, to this being that is masked. And it feels more so like the mask has been put on to create a facade, to create a stage. So you're attracting different things, but then there's this bird that's perched on the knee, looking directly up at this person. And I feel like understanding like, there's a whole other level to you. You may be able to fool these people. You may be luring them in, but you're not showing the real you. I can see you. I can see you. And I mean, even the woman is totally diverting eye contact. Come on, clear back up. Come on. Knock yourself out. There we go. Sorry. Totally diverting eye contact. So we have divine timing here with Fortune's Wheel or the Wheel of Fortune. And then we have this Eight of Cups, which for me, especially in this deck, is leaving behind all of which used to fulfill you because you want to move on to something bigger and better. And I feel with divine timing here, leaving something behind is definitely going to be necessary. And I feel like that is because you're recognizing where the healing has to come in. All of that energy from the previous week or from the previous set of cards that we were just looking over needs to transpire. Right? And so the Seven of Air is now you found your match. Again, we have this King and Queen here of Pentacles. You found your match. They're looking straight at you, straight into your soul, and you can no longer hide it. Clarifying card, Five of Cups. What else we got? Focusing on things that don't need to be focused on when you have true fulfillment right there behind you. We have Knight of Pentacles once again. Messenger of Earth, Knight of Pentacles. High Priestess. A lot of intuitive energy here from the Moon, from the Star to the High Priestess. And of course, those are major arcana cards. Right? Wheel of Fortune, that's major arcana. Strength. Hierophant. The World. Some truly major changes are coming for you, Virgo, but I feel it's leaving behind that self-sabotaging, that Nine of Swords behavior, Two of Wands, making a choice. Making a choice. What else do we got? What choice is being made? Five of Swords. And at the bottom of the deck, the Tower. We have these cards in between two fives, the Five of Cups and the Five of Swords. Two of Wands, the High Priestess, the Knight of Pentacles. Where it feels to me like this message can't reach you. It can't reach you. This love, this connection, it exists. You know that. You recognize it. But because of these masked things here, it can't reach you. Until you let go of, tripping over the past, Continuing, I really feel like this Five of Swords, I just want to say, from what I'm channeling, is it's like you're happy in that place. I was just saying this for Taurus's video as well, where you're happy being in a conflicted place, being in this place of wanting to continuously be on the search of, instead of being okay with what you already have. You are being blessed with what you are able to handle at the time you are able to handle it. There are tests that do come in to either let us know, like, okay, that's still an area that we need to work on, or I have worked on it, I've healed from it, and now you just need to be patient until Spirit brings it to you at the very right moment. I'm sure most of us have heard that if we were to know, like, okay, I passed the test and then boom, it instantly shows up, would we still value it the same versus if we still had to wait? We are definitely a culture, and this is widespread in my opinion. Oh, let me not say that. Let me not say that because my background is based in, the United States. From my experience, the United States is a culture of instant gratification. And it's a microwavable society where you can quickly heat something up, but just as quickly as you heated it up, it cools off. I'm pretty sure many of us have used a microwave before. Some of us may not. I prefer ovens myself because of this fact. Because of the fact where I have had food that I was like, I can nuke it up for just a little bit and let me leave it in there for a second because I got distracted, or let me not have left it in there long enough. It's lukewarm. It's not satisfying. I don't feel nourished from it. But let me put something in the oven, and I know even if I leave it for an extra 5 to 10 minutes or something like that, because it has baked thoroughly versus, if you've ever looked at a microwave, more times than not, the vented areas, either on the top or usually on the sides, has something that moves in a circular motion very fast so that it is creating this vortex of energy to heat up the food, but it's surface level. You have the vortex, but you can't get into the core, right? Now for the oven, you are heating because you're warming it up. The energy itself is taking over the entire atmosphere. Like that's why, because it takes time to heat up, it's going to take time to cool it back down. Microwaves, it quickly heats up, it quickly cools off. And I feel like for you all Virgos, with what is transpiring here, we saw, didn't we? We saw the Knight of, did we see the Knight of Wands somewhere? Or am I in my head about that? Page of Wands. But that's not what I was, Knight of Pentacles. I'm envisioning, the Knight of Wands energy where just as quickly as that message reaches you is as quickly as it can leave. It may stick around for a while, but it's a knight. The purpose of the knight is to get something to you and be done. Be done. But what's the quality of the message that they're bringing to you? Passion? Okay, that's wonderful. Wonderful. But it's still not an act. And if it is an act, it's not an act that you would probably want around in your life, right? You got the Knight of Pentacles twice. Definitely some stable potential here. Okay, so let's get into week 4. I'm feeling like, again, it's just you want to be in this place But being stuck in situations that you know aren't good for you is fear. It's fear-based. Week 4, thank you. It's fear-based, okay? Virgos, I feel like there's a risk. There's a risk that you are afraid to take. There's a risk that you're afraid to take. But I mean, the Tower is here, so it's going to happen. Okay, so I have to say this. Of course, you know, this deck has been sitting to the side because I had already pulled the first 3 weeks of cards. So I don't need to pick it up again until I'm about to deal out week 4. Call. Judgment was at the bottom of the deck then and has returned to the bottom of the deck now. There is something you are afraid of. Underneath that, we have the 4 of Fire. I'm wondering if you all, as much as you may want it, you know, if you are afraid of having this stable connection with this person. And I'll tell you why. Empress. This has now been in 4 of the 5 readings that I have done thus far. And then even under that, we have the Ace of Pentacles. Oh. And then we have the 3 of Swords. Fear of heartache. Fear that if you have these positive cards underneath Judgment, and not to say that this is not positive, but this is more of a time of redemption, a time of I've been saying retribution a lot in these readings too. When I've seen Judgment, or when I've seen certain cards that, when I've seen Judgment, when I've seen things that signify having to deal with something that happened in the past. And although I'm not feeling necessarily that this is somebody that has already been known, past life definitely, because we had the 2 of Cups. But it's bringing certain aspects of your past, a past way of doing things, into the now that just aren't going to cut it. That's not what this relationship is meant to bring. It's like you have these positive cards. You have 4 of Wands. You have the Empress card. You have the Ace of Pentacles. Like, there's stability all within this. But you are so afraid of this. Why? I'm wondering if there was a Queen of Swords who did a number on you. And if it's not that, if it's not potentially an air sign, if it is not an air sign, perhaps I feel like this is your energy. You've had to take on this energy in the past. Okay? We have the 10 of Pentacles. Again, Spirit sitting up here telling you, like, I got you. I'm supporting you. I'm supporting this. You know, I'm even going to give you more clarity since you want it so bad. But again, you ultimately, at the end of the day, free will runs rampant. You have to make the choice of the decision you're going to go into. And I feel like, yes, you're going to move forward, but you're moving forward with an agenda. That's what I feel like. You're moving forward with an agenda. Why? Because you're afraid. What's up with week 4 for Virgos? Can you give some clarity to this energy, please? I'm hungry. Sorry, stomach feels like it is on E. And then what comes out again? The Tower. Yeah, you're not going to be able to avoid this. And I don't necessarily feel like the Tower is negative energy. I mean, you have all of these beautiful cards, you know, making their way. And then the Empress comes out. You have all of these beautiful cards making their way to 10 of Cups. Virgo, if you don't take advantage of this opportunity, Ace of Pentacles. If you don't take advantage of this opportunity, it does not, I don't want to say it doesn't matter. It does. It will. Because all it does is it delays the inevitable. It delays what Spirit wants to bring into your life. You will just continue to be tested until you're finally ready and until you finally have had enough. So now that all of that has come back out, I mean, this is all, it's repetition. Pay attention. Where I'm just thinking that you're coming in with an agenda because you're afraid. You're afraid. Can you have this? Yes, you can. You got the backing for it, but you have to make that choice. What is under the Ace of Pentacles? Justice. Y'all. Virgo. Virgo. I hope you do what is right for you. That's the crazy thing about, not crazy, but you know what I mean? Like, it's the interesting thing about tarot. I said this for another video too, where it provides guidance. It provides a course, not the course, not anything like that. It provides a course. But just as much as it's providing a course, if it is a route you do not want to go down and you make another choice, you can completely, you know, demolish all of the guidance that was presented. And if Spirit sees fit, because I firmly do believe that our divine guides, our guardian angels, they get frustrated with us. They get frustrated with us trying to control the outcome when we can't see past a certain point. In all actuality, we really cannot see past the present moment. While Spirit, omnipresent, you know, it just transcends everything that we have to lock into a box because we have to make sense of it all. Virgos, please, I pray, do not pass up on this opportunity. And I don't necessarily feel like all of this is happening. I haven't even called out any numerology throughout these readings so far, and I don't feel the need to now either. I'm not necessarily feeling like all of this is going to be transpiring in April. But the seeds are being planted. I definitely think there's more of a focus on the healing that needs to be completed. But boy, oh boy, Virgos, please, I do pray that you take advantage of this opportunity. So, rock it out. Enjoy the month. And I will see you all for your next reading, book a reading with me, link up with me, do all of that good stuff, and I'll see you on the other side. Mwah! Love and light. Be blessed.